Hello everyone. Well, being that it's winter time, I can't do anything out in the yard in the way of projects or anything. I have a couple of small projects coming up, but that's going to have to wait until the springtime. Got ice and snow out there, and it's really cold, so can't do very much, but I can sure flap my gums here. I would like to maybe reminisce a little bit. I know I do a lot of that, but I like to reminisce about television shows that I liked when I was a kid, and in addition to some of them that I even like to this day. Okay, we're going to start out with, I would say in the late 1940s, 49 and then 1950 and into the early 50s. Remember Howdy Doody? Well, I grew up with that. And yes, it was silly when you look back at it and you look at it now. But nevertheless, that's what we grew up on. And in addition to other shows, such as, well, Mickey Mouse Club, for instance. Remember that? Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Lots of shows like that that are 40s and 50s. Another one which is kind of corny also is Ding Dong School. That was I believe it was 1948 when I was watching that. 49 thereabouts. Or it could be a little later than that. It wasn't much later. So I'm just going to discuss a little bit here. I don't want to bore you too much. I know you old timers, old ones like me, would certainly remember these. Then of course there are the later television shows too, which I enjoyed very much. Shows like Have Gun Will Travel, Gunsmoke, Rawhide, The Rebel. All these shows in the 1950s and 1960s, when television was really good. The Gunsmoke series, this happens to be series 1 with Chester Good. Gunsmoke started out in, I believe it was 1954 or 55. I could be off a year or so. And I like watching these shows. This is when the shows were half-hour series in black and white. The Life of Riley with William Bendix. How about The Adventures of Superman? As silly as it is, I grew up with this kind of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you have also. How about The Twilight Zone? Well, that's another one of my favorites. Years ago, when a commercial was coming, there was a little sign. I don't know if any of you have noticed it, but when I was a kid, of course you had black and white television. Up in the corner, it's either on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the screen as you're watching the TV. When they were about to have a commercial, there'd be a little white circle briefly flashing like a little moon. It would show up on the screen. When you saw that, you knew it was going to be a commercial. So, but then they didn't chop up the shows like they did now. You got the entire show. you know. Of course, you had shows like Dragnet and all those, which are the original Dragnet, not the remake of it, and with Jack Webb. And there's so many good shows, and you know, that's good television. Whenever I see something like that in the store, I'll buy the DVD if it's something I really like, because they're never gonna have those shows on again. Do you remember I Remember Mama? Okay, well, when we were kids, of course, we didn't have large screen TVs. They were unheard of. As I can remember, and the farthest back I can remember is in the late 40s, we had like 7-inch television screen. Now they made, of course, if you've seen some of my videos, the Pilot TV37, which is a 3-inch television. And I don't think we have owned one of those when I was little, but I do remember looking at a 7-inch television, and the lights had to be turned off in the room because the picture was so dark. Those picture tubes didn't put out that, leastwise the one we had didn't put out that much brightness in that particular set that we had, so you had to watch it in a darkened room. And of course, like I say, they were black and white. Color TV came out in, I believe it was 1954 with the CTC 100. I had a CTC 4, which is 1954, that I was learning how to work on color TVs at the time. I had that up in my shop. I had to bring it up in pieces to bring it up to the attic. And that was in the late, I would probably have to say the mid-1960s, I believe I had that. Anyways, we're going to end this video right now, so I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and you didn't get too bored with me flapping my ugly gums. Thank you very much for watching.